events like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, you know that the first thing you're going to see on your screen, if you are to see my face at all, would be a smile. Good evening, everybody. I'm super excited and I'm happy to have you here today. And even more excited because, hey, my speakers are here to join the session with me. And it's been an amazing time of preparation and getting ready for this long awaited session. Hey, you don't want to miss what we have for you today. All right. So I am excited. I am very, very excited because this is an one time I have long waited for. And, you know, today we're here right now to talk about the Redefining 2024 conference, you know, and this is it. We started last week with Nancy, Nwosu, and Niyi Amuda, and today we'll be having Ella Obans and, of course, Evan Promise. So it's going to be packed. Get ready for the amazing session we're going to be having today. It's going to be completely packed. Okay, so today's session is between Ella Obans, Evan Promise, and of course my humble self. I remain your humble host and convener of the Redefining 2024 conference. All right, and yes, this evening our first speaker is Ella Obans. She'll be talking on executing with excellence, how to drive results from ideation to implementation, how to drive results from ideation to implementation. You want to know how young this lady is, but you also want to know how much of the amazing things she is doing already. My God, she is blowing my mind. When I checked out some of the things she's doing, I was so impressed. And hey, kudos to her. It's why we're bringing her here today so that she can be a part of this session for you to see all the amazing things that she has been doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be bringing Ella on stage very soon, and then she'll be joining us. But before I do that, I want to go through her profile very quickly. So, who is Ella Obans? Ella Obans, officially known as Ogochukwu Blessing Obanwude, is a multiple award-winning author who has published 5 of her books. She is a dedicated lover of humanity, a purpose discovery, and self-actualization coach. With nearly half a decade experience, she is the innovative founder of the illustrious academy of our time, popularly known as Vita W, a platform where individuals are taught how to discover themselves and their most dominant potentials, launch their ideas and communicate their thoughts as a solution to the world through creative writing and effective public speaking in order to live a fulfilled life. She understands human relationship to blend in most vital sectors to coach and render services to organizations, schools, communities, politicians, celebrities, dozens of entrepreneurs, CEOs, young professionals in various fields of career and profession, all across the countries like US, UK, Canada, France, Uganda, Hong Kong, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Benin Republic, Nigeria, and so on. The list goes on and on. She has authored quite a number of books, including Be the CEO of Your Emotions, Wisdom to Handle Unpleasant Feelings, Purpose Discovery, Roadmap to Discover and Fulfill Your Purpose, Self-Discovery Workbook, Strategic Questions and Guide to Discover Yourself, Ideation, and a lot of other things that she has done. Ella Obans, fondly called a source of impact to people around her, offline and offline. She hosts an annual conference for young people in Africa called the 360 Youth Conference, a conference where she converges young people to help them figure out every aspect of their lives with the aid of other knowledgeable speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Ella Obans and we'll be looking forward to her session. I want to bring on stage right now our guest of the day, Ella Obans. Can you please help me welcome this amazing, pretty young lady? Hello, Ella Obans. Good evening.
Hi, Jan. Good evening. Good
How
evening,
are you doing
everyone.
today?
Yeah, it's my
Good
pleasure
evening.
to be
I'm
here tonight.
excited to be seeing you like this.
It's my pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I count it a privilege to be part of this particular Redefining Masterclass series. It's such an honor. I've seen your works also, and I love what you do. I love how you're intentional about impact and also lifting and encouraging and inspiring young people. Well done, really. Thank you so much. I am pleased to be here today.
Thank you, Ella.
Yeah,
I
thank
can't
you.
wait to see you in person. I think about 90% of the people in the pre-conference masterclass are people I have not met one-on-one. Even though
Yeah,
I've met most of the speakers for the main conference, I've met them one-on-one. But for the pre-conference, almost about 90%, I've not met them one-on-one, and that includes you. I hope it will
wow.
be okay to give you a big beer hug when I see you in person at the conference.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much. And to everyone
Awesome.
watching us, yeah, I'm so happy to have you all here. And of course, we'll quickly delve into what we have today. If you've seen the flyer, we'll be talking on executing with excellence, how to drive results from ideation to implementation. And if you're here today, I know maybe you've heard about ideation, maybe somewhere, someone have told you about ideation, you've heard it somewhere. And you think maybe you already know so much about it. What's there not to know? I quite agree with you. And I want to tell you something before we delve into what we have today. Nothing will change. Thank you so much. Nothing will change if the only thing you do after tonight's session is just to listen to me, get excited, and then go back to who you used to be. Nothing is going to change. So anything you're doing right now, I would like you to pay attention to what you're going to do, what you're going to start paying attention to, and what you're going to implement immediately, because our topic is about moving from ideas, thoughts, desires to really, really implementing. So without further ado, let's quickly delve into what we have today. By the way, you must have heard, I am Ella Obans, that's Ella Obans, Ogochukwu Blessing Obaunde. So tonight, I will be sharing with you how to execute with excellence. And I need you to understand that excellence is a culture, is a lifestyle, is not some big thing you need to go for various countless masterclass to um, acquire. Is a culture, it's something you cultivate over the time. It doesn't come by desire, it doesn't come by praying, it doesn't come by reading books. Excellence comes by you intentionally cultivating it. It's just like working out to look fit. That's what excellence is all about. And if you want to talk about ideas, you need to understand that if you want to talk about ideas and you also want to talk about excellence, you need to understand that it is a thing of the mind. If you want to be excellent, it has to start with your mind. How do you see yourself? How do you see your ideas? How do you see that vision you want to implement? What does it feel for you? Do you think it's trash? Do you think it's something you just need to do to while away time since you just left school, since you just lost your job, since you're just waiting for the next job? Or you think it is something that should be part of your life? If you are talking about ideation, then you have to pay attention to your mind. Idea, it has a lot to do with the mind. Every single thing you enjoy today, to the electricity you and I are enjoying, to the mic, this StreamYard we are using to stream this particular video, to this YouTube, all of it was once someone's idea. It was what's in their mind. And if your mind is set in the negative place, like it's set in a negative manner, then you are very far from ideating, not to talk of implementing. Now, I always love to emphasize on the mind, because once your mind is well aligned, once your mind is set right, there is high chances that your life begins to align. So people call it law of attraction, so people call it law of affirmation and all that. Whatever you call it, you have to know that every good thing you desire, every great thing you see around life today started first in the mind. So if you want to execute with excellence, you want to do things differently, you want to have a different kind of life, you want to move from the place of ideas, from the place of thoughts, from the place of information to the place of implementing, where someone would enjoy your own invention, your own vision, your own knowledge, the way you are enjoying all the things you're enjoying now, then you have to pay attention to your mind. Don't worry, I will not leave you to figure that out by yourself. I'm going to help you. All I want you to do is to sit tight, pay attention, and see where and what has been limiting you. It's not your village people. Their hands are clean as far as I'm concerned. So if you want to do something excellently, you want to do something, you want to implement, you are tired of saying so many beautiful things, having so many beautiful thoughts, and not being able to implement it, then you have to pay attention to your mind. Far beyond launching your ideas, far beyond implementing your ideas, your mind is your powerhouse. If you don't take anything from this session, always remember your mind is your powerhouse. Now, what are the kinds of mindset that limit you from being excellent, from executing excellently, from implementing, from going from idea to implementing? Very simple. Entitlement mindset. You may ask, This is not entirely about the topic. But if I don't put you through this part of this particular session, nothing else will make sense. You have to rid yourself of the entitlement mindset. My uncle should help me. My friend should have turned up for me. They should have done this for me. If they did not push me from their clique, I would have been better. If they did not do this, if they did not drive roughly and I got involved in an accident, I should have been a billionaire now. Or they should help me. Am I not their friend? They should know that they should turn up for me. Am I not their friend? My father should know that he's supposed to give me money to start my business. Is he not my father? The day you rid yourself of entitlement mentality, feeling that people owe you something, people owe you something and all of that, that day your deliverance have started. You have to rid yourself of the entitlement mentality. Nobody owe you anything. If you want to really implement your ideas, you have to move from that mindset. That was a turning point in my life. I don't trouble anybody. It does not matter how close we are. It doesn't mean I don't ask for help. I ask my friends for help. However, rid yourself of they have to do it for me. They're supposed to do it for me. They're supposed to know that I need it and this and that. You're limiting yourself, because the moment you begin to feel that someone owes you something, you begin to limit your mind from figuring out how to truly do that thing yourself. But the day you understand that you are in this world to bring a solution, you are in this world to bring an information to life, you are in this world to bring a certain knowledge and a solution to humanity, you begin to also understand that it is yours. It's not a conference call. It's an individual journey. It's your idea. That day, you are going to do unimaginable big things you've never imagined. The next mindset you need to read yourself is validation mindset. What will people say? If truly you want to be excellent, I am that kind of person that people tell me, you overdo. You overdo, like you're always doing things over sabi, you're always trying to show off. It's not show off. I feel so confident when things are done excellently well. So if it's possible, why not I do it? So you need to rid yourself of what people would say. If you want to execute with excellence, you have to do it with reckless abandon. I mean, unapologetically. You don't care what people say. All you know is so that this thing gets out perfectly well. Truly, there's no perfect event, there's no perfect idea, there will always be room for improvement. But to the best of your ability and the best of your knowledge, within your dispensation, you need to always bring out the best. And it comes from reading yourself from what people would say. Would they like me? If I start doing this thing now, they will not say I am doing over sabi. It's because I studied this. Let them say. Let them say it. The most important thing is that you're doing something to make another person's life better, to make a problem sorted out in a very large proportion. The next mindset you need to figure out, you need to reset, is past failure. You failed in the other plan you made, and so what? You applied for visa and it didn't work, and so what? You applied for that job in US and you failed at it. They didn't call you back. It didn't work out, and so what? Failure is one of the best friend of every successful person. Go and verify. You didn't hear that? Failure is one of the best friend of every successful person. If you want to execute excellently, if you want to implement your ideas, then you need to learn how to love failure. Expect it. The easiest way to attain success is to expect failure. And I'll explain what I mean by that. If you expect failure, you prevent it. Because when you expect failure, it means you're thinking on the possibility of whatever plan, whatever idea you have, the possibility of it failing. The moment you think about that, You begin to improvise. You begin to start solving problems that are even not yet in existence. So that when it comes up, you are the go-to person. You are the person people should find, because you didn't just discover the problem. You didn't just get aware about it. You now have a very concrete means or strategy to counter it if it ever occurs. I always tell people, before I do anything, I have counted the cost. I can't wake up and tell you I want to just do this thing. I have counted the cost. I have thought about it failing 10 times, and I've thought about it succeeding 100 times. So if I'm out there, if I'm doing anything, I have thought about the worst and I've thought about the best. So everything I'm putting in is, come what may, we are getting this done. The moment you have that mindset, excellence becomes your second name. People tell me that you're so excellent, you're so intentional. There is no place you're going to see me doing something that you're not going to see a touch of excellence in it. And it's a very deliberate art. It's almost becoming a subconscious thing for me, but I am intentional about every single part of it. And I want you to do the same, because one thing I always say is, value has mouth and it speaks volume. If you are good, you are good. People can hate you. They can hate where you come from. They can hate who you mingle with, but they can't hate that thing you carry. They can't deny that it is there. If you're excellent, you're excellent. If you're a go-getter, you're a go-getter. So you need to build your mind to grow past failure. Don't limit yourself to things that happened to you in the past. There is a reason why they are in the past. There is a reason why it's not in your present. It's because you need to do something better. Past failure is part of the reason why the world will listen to you today. Facebook started making sense the day Mark Zuckerberg told his story openly. I left Harvard, and everybody was like, wow, you left Harvard? Because Harvard is where people pray to be in, and you went to Harvard and left and dropped out of school. So what prompted that? His idea made meaning because he had to share his past failure. He had to share his limitations. He had to share his weakness. And it began to make sense. I wrote on my timeline that everything that happened to you, every experience you have in life, the good, the bad, the ugly, they are preparing you for your destination. They are preparing you for that place you want to be. And this is not some motivational talk. I am telling you the real fact here. It is the reality. So you need to come to the realization that past failure is part of the process. Failure is part of the process of winning, of becoming successful, of implementing ideas, of excellence. There's this popular quote, popular statement. Thomas Edison was asked, what gave you the consciousness and the concern and the desire to keep on trying to invent electricity for 999 times? He said, even though you failed, you keep on trying. He said, I never failed. I just discovered the 999 ways electricity cannot be invented. Now, whether that is a myth or that is true, a fact, whether he made that statement or not, but there is something for you to pick from there. Every failure teaches you something that is going to bail someone out of their situation tomorrow. So many people who have failed at something, their marriage, their academics, their ideas, and all of that, their business, they don't know the asset they have. That's why you see people wallow in depression. You see people wallow in self-pity. You see people begging. They don't know what they have. If you know what you have, you will have the understanding that failure is not all there is for you in life. There is more. So embrace your past failure, pick the lessons, and move right on. Someone would need that information you filled out. Someone would need that process you took that failed. They will need to hear that you failed. They will need to hear the story in details to believe that it's not going to work out. And that automatically gives you the capacity to be their leader, to be their coach, to be their boss, to be their speaker. So you need to embrace your failure. I don't mean you just keep on bragging how well you failed. But you should be able to understand that it is part of your journey. That you fail does not make you a failure. As a matter of fact, failure is the wrong name to call someone because it's just temporal. It's not continuous. It's just an event, just like a wedding, just like a birthday party. The way you celebrated your birthday in 2019 is never the same the way you did in 2023. And that's just it. 2019 was an event. It was a birthday, but it was an event. It's past. It can never be the same. The experience is unique on its own. It may not be the best, but the experience is unique. And the process continues. 2024 birthday will never be like that of there might be similarities, but it can never be the same. So you need to build your mindset that you're not a failure because you failed. You're not a non-entity because you failed. You're not someone that can never ideate an idea because you failed. You're not someone that has been incapacitated from being successful because you failed. As a matter of fact, if you failed at something, it means that you have the capacity to succeed at something. So you need to rid yourself of past failure. The next mindset you also need to get rid of is right timing. There will never be the right time for anything. There will never be a right time to execute that idea. There will never be a perfect time to be excellent. You just have to be. The way you speak, the way you talk to people, the way you relate with people, the way you do your business, the way you preach in your church, the way you treat children. Every single aspect of your life should be excellent. It should scream excellent. That's when you say you are executing with excellence because it goes beyond your lifestyle. Like I said in the beginning, excellence is a culture, is a lifestyle. You don't say I'm only excellent in business and I'm a very rude person. This is how I am. No. If you're truly executing with excellence, it has to reflect in all that you do. Now, executing with excellence, how to drive results from ideation to implementation. Number one, mindset. I believe why I took my time on mindset is because I know how important it is. If I don't deal on that part, there is high chances that you won't get every other part of the point. Okay? So now you've dealt with your mindset, all part of the mindset, you need to go to identification. Because you want to get results from your ideas. You want to implement. And there is this thing they always say in my language. If you don't know what is missing, you won't know what to find. So you need to be able to identify ideas. And there are various sources of ideas. It can come as a revelation. It can come as a result of you obeying a certain principles. And I'm going to break that down. It can as well come as you experimenting. You're experimenting something, you're trying to do something, and then you stumble on an idea. It can also come as unexpected thing. You just woke up someday and just got stuck, like you just found yourself exercising and assessing a certain idea. So there are various sources of ideas, but you have to learn how to identify them. If you don't identify them, there is high chances that you will never be able to implement. You will never be able to implement. So you ought to know what are these ideas and how can I implement them. So you need to know the source. Is it coming from revelation? That's why you must pay attention to your subconscious mind. You have to be there always. You have to be with yourself always. Don't always be found absent-minded. You are never with yourself. You're always looking for who to blame for your mistake. The day you start taking note of things happening to you, why they happen to you, and that's why I emphasized on mindset. The day you remove entitlement mentality, validation, what will people think about me? You rid your mind of all of these excesses. You will suddenly see yourself identifying a need. Because when we talk about idea, it's not some big thing somewhere lying somewhere you have to go and find. It's just with you. It's there with you. You just have to identify them. You can't implement what you don't know. You can't even think of executing what you don't know, not to talk of executing it excellently. So you have to identify. It can come to you as a revelation if you're a Christian, you're Muslim, or whatever divinity you believe in. When you're praying, when you are communing with your divine creator, you're going to meet some information you didn't naturally would get discussing with friends or making assumptions. So you need to pay attention to all of this. You need to pay attention to when you are communing with your divine connection, whatever you believe in. For me, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. And whenever I'm praying, I'm doing anything, I focus on the things that are going to help me. Is God telling me something? Am I going to get something from him? So pay attention to your connection with your higher authority, anything you believe in. There is usually and most times revelation that comes from it. Obeyed principle. You know, this good book says, yes, a man diligent in his work, he will not stand before men, he's going to stand before kings. That's a principle of life. If you work hard, if you're diligent enough, if you are creative enough, if you are consistent enough, if you are honest enough, if you are excellent enough, people will not ignore you. No matter your religion, no matter your race, your class, your exposure and whatnot, they will gravitate towards you just because you have that quality. And that is what I mean by an obeyed principle. So identification of idea can come from an obeyed principle. If you are diligent in something for like 2 years, for 1 year, for 3 years, you suddenly see people gravitate towards you in regards to that, solely because you have obeyed the principle of consistency. I don't mean consistency, you want to beat the algorithm and whatnot. No, far from it. I mean the principle of consistently being in niche and doing something. The next part of driving result from ideation to implementation is courage. I tell people, all you need in life is not money, it's not office, it's not prayers. You need courage. And you may say, isn't prayer good? Isn't an office space good? Isn't money good? All of these are good and they're part of implementing your ideas. But the first thing you need is courage. Every single person that have imparted the word, that has given a particular idea or a particular solution that has changed life, did one thing. They were courageous enough to make a decision, to take a step, to say no to something, to say a yes to something, and every part of the journey becomes a history. So you must learn to take a leap. Sometimes learn to take a leap before you look. You know this why saying, this school of thought I always say, look before you leap. When it comes to ideas, sometimes take the leap before you look. You're going to make mistakes. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get it right. You're going to be laughed at. People are going to make mockery of you. However, learn once in a lifetime, learn to leap before you look. That's courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's not the absence of anxiety. It is the ability to take action regardless of how you feel, regardless of what people are saying. And that is why I took my time to share ideas on the mindset you need to rid yourself of. The next thing you need in order to achieve results, moving from idea to implementation, is relationship. You can't do away with it. And when I say relationship, I don't mean the marital relationship. That can be part of it, but that's not all there is. I mean the friends, the acquaintance, the colleague, people of this in the same line of profession or skill as you. If you build relationship with the right people, there is high chances that you're going to implement. And when I say right people, I don't mean wealthy people only. I don't mean religious people only. I don't mean Christians only. I don't mean only people from your field, as a matter of fact. I mean getting to connect with people, learn how to network, how to maintain relationship. And when it comes to relationship, building relationship with people, you have to learn how to understand, you have to learn how to communicate, you have to learn how to tolerate, and you have to learn how to sacrifice. If you don't know how to understand people, you are going to suffer in implementation. If you don't know how to network, how to tolerate people, how to communicate, someone is not wearing the best clothes and you have the audacity to tell them that this clothes is not the best because you have your mouth. That is you communicating aggressively. You have to learn assertive communication in a manner where even when you communicate the worst scenario, people don't get to find offense in it solely because of the tone, the manner at which you convey that information. You just have to learn it. If truly you want to execute excellently, if truly you want to move from having ideas in your head to implementation, you have to learn how to ensure that people and the way you connect with them differs from what every other person does, down to the person that washes your clothes, down to the people that serve you, people that clean your house. You have to learn how to build connection with them, because every single person you meet in your life has a role to play. They are either a lesson or they are a blessing. And in the journey of life, you need a lesson and you need a blessing. Two of them are very important. My time is almost up, but I will ensure that I finish a part of this so that at least this is a whole lot of lessons. But so far, even if we end now, I believe that you have gotten something from this session. The next part of driving results from ideas to implementation is expect failure. I think I have emphasized on this. Expect failure. The easiest way to succeed in life is to expect failure. There is no two ways about it. Expect failure at every given point in time and also expect success. And I've told you why you should expect failure. I'm not teaching you to be negative at all times. But when you expect failure, when you think about failure for everything you do, you think about how to counter it when it happens. So the chances of you failing reduces, and the chances of you sulking when you fail also reduces. More like if it eventually happens, you'll be like, I tried my best, so I move on to the next thing happening, the next thing I want to execute. Winning mindset. If you want to start anything, think of it as a finished thing. Like, think back in the euphoria of starting it and finishing it. You've not started even, but you finished it. Like, walk your mind through the process before you start it. You know, the good book always say, no, if a man wants to build a house, he goes back, sits back and plan. And me telling you to win before you start, think of winning before starting. It's just you planning. Think of all the process and write them down. Think on paper. I don't know if you heard that. Think on paper. Never be an ideator who talks, who says all manner of beautiful ideas and end up implementing none. Think on paper. Whatever you want to get done, write it on paper. There is power in paper, writing things on paper. I can't really explain all of it here, but you have to understand that there is high chances of you achieving something you wrote down than something you had only in your mind. Learn to think on paper and it's for your use. So even if the grammar is not great, it's for your use. So far you can understand it, the language you can understand better, think on paper. And at this juncture, I will take your questions, and also before I conclude, I want you to take one thing from all of this. If you want to be excellent, if you want to succeed, if you want to drive your ideas from the place of ideation to implementation, you must learn how to test on people. If you have an idea, test it on a very small circle of people. Don't just bask in the euphoria and just you are out there, you're on the limelight, you wait on the spot or until the spotlight shines on you before you begin to correct yourself. I said you should love failure. However, plan for failure and try to counter it before it comes around. And the easiest way to do that when it comes to ideas, easiest way to excellently execute is to try things, test run things on people. And I don't mean you should manipulate people. I don't mean you should use people. I mean you should have that set of people you can easily try out things. Before I started my academy, I taught 3 of my classmates. One paid me 8,000, one paid me 2,500, one paid me 2,000, and my friend paid me nothing. And I had just 5 of them in the class. After I was done teaching them, I knew that this is what I want to do. I didn't charge all of them the same amount. As a matter of fact, I wanted to charge them for free. But because my friends, my closer inner circles were like discouraging it, like you shouldn't do that and all that, just add a very, very small price to it. That is the easiest way to achieve excellence, because if you test it in a very small number of people, you're going to see the flaws. You're going to see what you need to improve on. You're going to see what you need to enhance. You're going to see what you need to stop doing. You're going to see what you need to learn more information about. You're also going to see where you need someone else to take the role. But if you allow yourself to try it on the masses, you allow yourself to try it on the large number of people, your failure will be so pronounced. And that's why we have people depressed. That's why we have people dwelling in their past. That's why we have people who never tried things after the first trial. And you know what? A lot of people are working on already made ideas, not because they don't have new ideas, but solely because they are scared of failing again. The PTSD of their past experience of failure was not pleasant. So they don't want to go through that part again. But I always ask, is that the best? Obviously not, because you are limiting yourself. You're depriving yourself the freedom of being an inventor, the privilege of being an inventor, the freedom of having your own personal idea, and also the opportunity for people to benefit from who you have become, what you have to give to the world, and the beauty that lies inside of you. That is so much side of wickedness, and you don't want to do that. So learn to test run on people. The easiest way to implement, learn to test run on a very small number of audience before you launch out there. And I'm not saying you should bring only your family and schoolmates, just people that can easily pardon your mistake. Start with that. I don't want to start telling you all the stories and how I have done this, but it works like magic. Once you test, you know what to improve on, who to call into your team, who to remove from your team, what to stop doing entirely, what to improve on, and what to keep on enhancing. I hope with this following point of mine, you have understood how to execute excellently. Don't forget, excellence is a culture. It's a thing of mind. And if you want to build your mind, you must learn how to be there. You must learn how to be conscious. Rid yourself of some things, underlining mindset. And if you want to move from ideation to implementation, pay attention to your mind. Build your mind to stay on the positive side, beyond what you're passing through, beyond your past experience, beyond how much people have disappointed you. And also go on to identify. I made mention of identification coming Identification of ideas, in other words, ideas can come through revelation, they can come through obeyed principle, they can come through experimenting, they can come unexpectedly. You don't even plan it, you didn't even thought about it, it just came. They can also come through skills. You're acquiring skills. Ideas can come through skills. And in the course of acquiring skill, studying a certain in a certain career area, you suddenly begin to learn how to enhance it, how to do something new in that particular field. Ideas can also come with acquiring skill, acquiring a degree and all that. It can also come from desire. Yes, you can get ideas from just desiring to do something, and suddenly you are gaining ideas and ideas. So that's on identification. Courage, if you want to really execute excellently and you want to move from idea to implementation, you must learn to courageously launch it out. Be in love with failure, build relationship with people. And I mentioned that in order to build relationship with people, learn to understand, learn to communicate, learn to tolerate, and learn to sacrifice. You sacrifice things to be in people's place. You sacrifice things to turn up for your friends, for your acquaintances, for your colleagues, solely because you want to keep a relationship with them. Very, very important. I also talked about you embracing failure and planning. In other words, win that particular, be intentional about successfully executing an idea before you even start. Like write every process down. That's when I mentioned think on paper. I believe by now you know how to execute excellently. Like I said when I started, it's not some master's degree you need to get from US, Harvard, Oxford, Stanford, and whatnot. It is inside of you. You just have to cultivate it. Just like a seed is inside of you. Once you recognize it, you cultivate it, it becomes your lifestyle. Thank you so much, Young, for having me and everyone watching me. I believe that from this session, you've gained one or two information that will be relevant to your journey. And I will also highlight ideas also come from events. I cannot count the number of times my life has changed because of an event. I kid you not. So if you're here, plan to be at Refining Conference 2024 happening in the city of Lagos. I kid you not, if I have my way, I'll be there. If I have my way, I'll be in Lagos in January, Lagos 2024. But if I know I am planning to, and I want you, if you're in Lagos, you are more privileged than I am, make plans to be at the physical conference. If it's this beautiful, if Young is bringing those quality people to the online event, think about the physical event. If you have seen the flyer, I don't know if it's out there yet, but if you have seen the flyer, you should go and get your ticket. I think there is a discount ongoing. If you can, get it now. Because you see this 30 December you want to do, you regret it if you have not gotten your ticket. Thank you so much, Young, for having me. And if you have a question, do well to ask me as we call it a night. Young, are you there? Yeah, okay.
I am here. Thank you so much. Thank you
My
so much
pleasure.
for that amazing
Yeah.
session. And thank you. I picked a couple of things that I would like to quickly highlight on. And when you were sharing on embracing failure last week, my session was leveraging on how to leverage failure. And I was sharing my story of how, after 4 years in the university, I was rusticated for fake admission, and it was quite a big blow to me. But you see, I want to say that my life would not have been what it is now if I did not have that experience. You see, that experience turned my life around and brought me into the mental health space, right? So when I got into the mental health space, it was easy for me to connect with people who were, needing therapy, who were going through a lot of things in life, because I'd also experienced much of pain that almost led me to the point of committing suicide. Imagine 4 years in school, and then they say your admission is fake, and then you have to come back to O level to start afresh. And then I lost my father during the process. A lot of those things. It was quite hectic, right? So, but it was easy for me to now understand mental health from a very deep perspective. I was
Mm-hmm.
beginning to help people to heal from different forms of, mental health challenges, addiction, recovery. And it was able for me to, start producing personal development tools that were known to myself, that I developed by myself as a result of that pain and experience. So sometimes we don't maximize our pain enough to realize that they are powerful, very powerful in shaping the future of our life. The existence and the things we'll do. If only we take our time to begin to pay attention and maximize the lessons in them. I ventured into the real estate space, and by January 6th, it will be 2 years. And I'm looking back to say I did over 100 million in sales within the space of 1 year. First year in the real estate space. Why was I able to do that? Accumulation of experience from the mental health space and all of that. So this is beautiful. As you were teaching, it was just helping me connect all the dots, and I was like, this is truly, truly amazing. And the part of courage, let's leave that story for another day.
Honestly, I
Because
always thought
sometimes
courage
people
is
see you
all
do
you need.
things and you
Mhm.
don't know. Yes, go ahead. I
Okay,
want to hear you.
like courage is all you need. Courage, you don't need money, you don't need anything. Courage is all you need.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So people don't know how much courage is behind the success that they celebrate. They just see
Yeah.
people and they feel like, they have all it takes. Somebody's sponsoring them. I wish I had this, I wish I had that. And you don't know how much courage the person put into producing that result
Mhm. Yeah.
that you are seeing. And you think it's because they have all the resources. Actually, they may not even have had any of the resources. And that was very beautiful. So a lot of the things you said were just so on point. And I love that. Okay, so at this point, I'd like to quickly take questions. There are some amazing, amazing feedbacks. Wow, this is amazing and beautiful. That's from COO Properties. Let me see if I can display that for you to see. Wow, this is amazing, beautiful, and
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you so much. You are really loaded. Kudos. Thank you. Yes, this
Thank
is
you.
loaded. It was quite short and very loaded. And then this one says, ideas come through revelation, obeying principles, experimenting desire, and learning a skill. Awesome. So there have been amazing feedback from your session today, and I want to thank you. I think it was someone who asked a question that I might want you to touch. He dropped it like a comment, but when he dropped it like a comment, it rang a bell in my head, so much so that I would like you to touch it. And this is it. It says, really, the illusion of right timing. Gospel Adegoke. The illusion of right timing. This in itself alone is very deep, and I'd like you to touch it a little.
Okay. All right. Um, there is
You
something
want to say something?
Kule.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. I really, truly appreciate it. There is something Mr. Kunle, Pastor Kunle, or okay, let me call him Mr. Kunle because, of course, he teaches in the corporate space too. He always say that if you're ready, if you feel like you're finally ready to do something, then you are late. The day you feel you are fully ready to do
Mm,
something, you are late because you're not supposed to be ready, you're supposed to be ready in the course of the process. So, and before I had that statement, I've always believed that clarity, mastery, excellence, everything in between comes from doing.
absolutely.
The little you know, start acting on every single little thing you know. That has been what has turned out to be my success story so far. Everything you see today started from I don't know, but let me try. I kid you not. And for every successful person I have studied, both those in the secular space, those in the Christian space, you would see the same thing. They are not sure. but they let me start with what I have. I understand there is a place for planning, a place for preparation, but why you prepare, why you learn, why you acquire a skill. I'm not telling you to start adding expert, consultant, everything in between to your title, but I am encouraging you for everything you want to do in life, learn how to best start. You can start by teaching your siblings, you can start by teaching your colleagues, you can start by teaching your relatives. If it's something you're selling, if you're learning how to bake, start baking for your family. This is you strengthening that thing you know. I learned this from secondary school. Anything I know very well today is because I taught not less than 100 people on it. Anything I know today, I have taught not less than 100 people on it. So as a baker, ask them also, they will tell you, I have baked so many times before I was able to bake this well. If you think if you're waiting to be ready, then the moment you are ready, you are very late. It's either you go out of demand in a short while, or you won't reach the larger audience you want to reach. So the little you know, find someone to teach, find something to practice, and find something to start. So that is what I mean by right timing. Don't there will never be there will never be that right timing. And a lot of people have lived in that illusion to the point that the someone had said that the wealthiest place is a cemetery, because people have mad ideas, crazy ideas, but you never see the light of the day, solely because they are indoor planning, but never executing. So if you are someone who wants to move from ideation to implementation, you must learn how to work with what you have, even as you get what you want. I hope that really makes sense.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much. And I want to add something to that. The illusion of right timing also comes in this other perspective, where you always feel like it is not the right time. It is not the right time. The reality is there is never a right time for anything. Many times
Yeah.
people get ideas, and when they get ideas, they think that the idea is for the future. So
Mm-hmm.
they wait for the future, come forward. But reality check is every idea is meant for the moment when you get it. It is meant for the moment and instant when you get it. It may look like it is too big, but reality check is that it is in the process of doing that you actually actualize that thing. You have to get to the point of getting started. In fact, there is no excellence without doing. That's why
That's
even the
right.
scripture says, do not despise the day of the little beginning,
You need to
because it
begin.
is
That's
little drops of water that forms a mighty ocean. You have to embrace the days of your little beginning. There is no excellence anywhere without you consistently doing the little you can at the level that you want to do it, no matter how much you want to be excellent. You have to get started from where you are with what you have and the resources available to you per time. So this
yeah.
has been really enlightening. Thank you so much, Ella Obans. I'm grateful to have you today.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Young. Yes, it's my pleasure to be here too. So I think that's all for the questions, right?
Thank you so much. Yes, that's all for the questions. And I wanted to say something, but let me keep it for later.
No, feel free, please. Feel free. You just told us that if you have
Okay.
idea now, it's because
It's
you need it now.
You're putting me on the spot, but okay, I'll go ahead and say it.
Yes,
We're
yes,
coming for
yes.
you. We're coming for you. So I just wanted to say it off the records. Yeah, the
All
team
right.
at Redefining 2024, we're coming for you. So get ready for us.
Oh, I look forward to that. Thank you so
That's
much
it.
for bringing up this conference. Thank you for all you do, Young. I once spied on your platform. I think that was last year, and I see your works. We see it all. Thank you for all you do, and well done, well done, well done. And to everyone who have listened so
Thank you.
far, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for staying through. I love the fact that you found this particular session helpful. And I look forward to see you at the top because I believe that you're going to implement whatever we have shared tonight. I am young. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, Ella. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was an amazing session with Ella Obans. I was richly, blessed by that session. I gained so much from it, and it was just a reminder of a lot of things for me. Okay, so this evening I'll be heading straight to my session while we wait for our next speaker to come on board. Okay, and so we'll get straight to my session where we'll be talking about building for success, understanding the power of the right network. Okay, building for success, understanding the power of the right network. So today we're looking at building for success, understanding the power of the right network. For those of you who have been a part of the Redefining 2024 conference, and I'll be here all through the pre-conference as well to share amazing insights that would help you in 2024. Now listen, today what I'm going to be sharing is very powerful, and I want you to be able to maximize what I'll be sharing with you today for your own good. In 2024, you need to understand the place of strategy in moving past the level where you are. Every now and then, I see people revolve around certain orbits in their life and not making any progress. And I look at them and I'm able to spot certain loopholes in their lives. Now, if you must go forward in life, there are two legs to producing results and moving fast in your journey. A lot of people do one of these two, and so they lack a lot of balance in their life. But before we do that, who is Young Iheanacho? Let's talk about Young Iheanacho, fondly called the Healing Balm. I'm a certified results practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming and behavioral and addiction recovery therapist whose strength is in causing epic change for individuals through the application of my personality, my carefully designed personality development tools, having trained with Africans as one NLP trainer, also trained in neurocognitive consonance as a family systems coach, child psychologist, sexual addiction recovery therapist, neurological repartining. I also have a broad knowledge and application of business development and growth, personality development, and a peak performance consultant for individuals and corporate organizations. Okay, as the founder of ICPD, International Center for Personality Development, with a focus on helping individuals and businesses to leverage the art and science of producing exponential results in their life. I've worked with several organizations in the various sectors, including oil and gas, consulting, and even the most recent, which is real estate. Okay. And I am the author of Beyond the Classroom, where I chronicle the story of my journey of recovery from suicidal thoughts, having failed from school after 4 years in the university, and returning back to using my O level and using my O level to transverse the different sectors where I've worked as head of operations, I've worked at head of communications, head of business network at different levels. Using my O level, I was able to do two things, which is what I will be showing you today. How to build for success, understanding the power of the right network. Now, if you're building for success, there are two legs. I come back to where I was earlier. What are the two legs to building for success? One is value. Value. You must have a lot of value. If you have a lot of value, then you have one leg. Then the second leg is what we call network. You must have a very powerful network. The right value with great network will bring you to places that you've never imagined in your life. So I was able to maximize these two legs and make progress, even with an O level, and I was beginning to achieve great stuff that people who had graduated were reaching out to me and saying, Guy, I need you to help me get a job. I need you to help me get into this industry. I need you to help me do this. Now, how do I mean when I say you need value and network? Now, this is it. Many people have network. You'll be shocked to go through your contact list and see that the number of people, the quality of people on your contact list may even shock you. I mean, people who have the capacity to change your life completely. People who have the capacity to change your life completely. But they are there in your network. You have them in your contact. You meet them at different places, maybe where you work, your boss. You have this great network of people, but your relationship with them is based on the value you bring to the table. So you see a lot of people meet a lot of high network people, high net worth people, individuals, and then all they do is, well done, sir. Well done, ma. I greet you, sir. I celebrate you, sir. And that's all. So they have high net worth people, but they are not making progress. Why? Because the value they bring is nothing, zero, nada, zilch. And then you see someone who has a lot of value, but is afraid to step out and connect with high net worth individuals. Why? Because I don't think I have what it takes to be in that place. I'm not good enough. I'm still growing. I need to take my time to develop myself before they can accept me. No, get up there, connect with them as you are developing yourself. Now, if you are able to bring these two together, you're able to make massive progress in life. Many of the places I worked in were people who were already looking out for me. Why? Because I maximize social media platforms, position myself, and a lot of them already knew me before I got to them. So when I got to their company to apply for the positions, they did not need to question my certification. Do you know why? This guy has a lot of value. We've seen him do a lot of things, host conferences, do this, launch that project, and we know that he has the capacity. So the moment I connected with these people beyond social media, they were quick to embrace me. Why? I brought a lot of value to the table. They already were seeing my value before I showed up for their, to work with them. And so I've worked with Pratitomi, I've worked with Damilolo Luatoibo, I've worked with Jamie Pedrell, I've worked with Benga Richmond, I've worked with Waje Bego, came to do Waje Bego, and most recently Tadikash. I've worked with high net worth individuals at different levels. Why is that so? The level of value you bring to the table per time will determine the level of access you get when you meet with high net worth individuals. Now, talking about building for success, There are certain questions I want to ask you, and there are certain things I want to bring to your notice. One, when you want to build for success, and it's important to know that there are three levels of people with net worth, high net worth individuals that you need to connect with. One is called HNWI. HNWI is high net worth individuals. Now, high net worth individuals is more like the basic level. I'll help you. It is more like the basic level. Now, these are people who earn between $1 million to $5 million, who have assets and liquid cash. They are liquid in assets from $1 million to $5 million. Now, these are high net worth individuals. However, these are not the highest people you should connect with. These are the basic. Then you have the VHNWI. VHNWI. The first one is HNWI, high net worth individuals. The second one is VHNWI. Who are VHNWIs? VHNWIs are very high net worth individuals. Very high net worth individuals. These are usually people who have liquid assets within $5 to $30 million. $5 to $30 million. Now, if you do the mathematics, in Nigerian Naira, who can help me very quickly in the comment section? I want to know that you're following. Now, let's do the mathematics. $1 million at the rate of 1,000 Naira per dollar. I want to show you something. If I have people responding in the comment section, it would be great to have you do the calculation for me. All right. So $1 million at the rate of 1,000 Naira is actually 1 billion Naira. Right. So you see people who are I know as I'm saying this, some people will be like, sorry, you mean someone who is already earning 1 million, 1 billion is still at the basic level of high net worth individuals? You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Exactly. $1 million is 1 billion in Naira. And now you see these people in Nigeria, it is safe, I repeat, it is safe to say that someone who has liquid cash from 100 million to 500 million is a high net worth individual. All right, it's safe to say that. Okay, that someone who has 100 to 500 million Naira is a high net worth individual. All right, now then these people, then there's the second category, very high net worth individual. The second category is from $5 million to $30 million. And the thing is, when you begin to hear this money, you become afraid. If you are in that place, it just means that you have a long way to go. Why? Because, see, there's a level of things you cannot command until your mind begins to embrace them as very normal. Now, that is why I and my inner circle, we have a chant that says $1 million is the size of a dot. Amazingly, thank God, I am just right here in my house. Now look at my house. You will see the painting on the wall. It's like a dotted paint. It's the kind of paint I have all over the house, though different colors in different places. So the parlor has a different color dotted paint as well. The private staircase has a different color dotted paint as well. My balcony has a different color. Now, every time I am praying, and then I look at this, and I'm saying 1 billion is the size of a dot. That means there are multiple 1 billions in the universe, and I just need 1 billion. It is only the size of a dot in the realm of abundance that I operate, that I am looking to tap into, that I am searching for. Now, this is a very good example. I'm showing you this because it is what I do every time. So every time I look at this dot, I see multiple billions on the wall. I look at it and I believe that just one of it is the size of a dot. And that is how multiple billions is the size of a dot. You have to get to that point where you know that everything that you do is only the size of a dot in the realm of abundance. In the realm of abundance, every time we chant this, where oh my God. Oh my God. I am seeing the comments and it's exciting me, It's exciting me. I'm seeing the comments and it's exciting me. Now, this is why redefining 2024 is a must. If you're looking to change level, if you're looking to, embrace new circles, you cannot be in a place where the people who think like you are the best of network you have. You have to have people that will challenge your paradigm. That when they talk, you sit down and you ask yourself, you mean there are people who think like this? You want to ask yourself, are you saying that there are people who think like this? There are people who think and believe in a realm of abundance that is not even feasible to my mental pattern right now. Actually, there is, because abundance is never finished, because where abundance is, it's like taking a cup of water from an ocean. When you take it, it remains there. You take a drum of water, the ocean is there. You take 30 drums of water, you fill a stream in your village, and the ocean is unshaken. You know why? Because out of abundance is taken, yet abundance remains. Out of abundance is taken, yet abundance remains. There is even the third level. I told you there are three levels of high net worth individuals. The first is HNWI, high net worth individuals. The second one is VHNWI, very high net worth individuals. The third is UHNWI, ultra high net worth individuals. Ultra high net worth individuals. And you want to think, do these people exist? Absolutely, they do. They do. You see, ultra high net worth individuals, the likes of Jeff Bezos, the likes of, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, they have gotten to the point where the money they command flows in trickles of millions of dollars in seconds, per second billing. And this is why you have to understand that these things are possible. They get to a point where they begin to tap into a realm of abundance that makes it limitless for them. It becomes limitless. Now, this is important. How do you now know that, okay, fine, I want to move in these circles? Now, the question is, who is your target audience? You need to know, who am I targeting and why am I targeting them? Now, the reason why you have to understand that connecting with these people is very important in your growth to success is because you need to know that it is this pedestal that you stand to make certain progress in your life. You need to stand on this pedestal to make certain progress in your life. You cannot overemphasize the power of the right network in your life. So you want to do something and it's easy for you to do it. There's something that I've learned from my billionaire mentor, and he taught me. It's called the sin of small money and the miracle of big money. They work side by side. The sin of small money and the miracle of big money. The truth is, if you don't connect with high net worth individuals, you struggle for a long time. And then you find someone like Vicky James who is sewing clothes like a normal tailor every other tailor does, and then she's charging 1 million naira for training people in the same industry where people are charging 3,000 naira to sew clothes. In the same industry where people are charging 2,500 naira to sew clothes, she's charging nothing less than 1 million naira to sew any clothes at all. So if she must sew for you, you have to be willing to pay 1 million naira. Why is that so? She's able to elevate her brand quickly because she has connected to a level of audience and people that can pay that amount of money. Why is that so? Because she now knows her target audience based on her vision. So don't forget, there are three levels of things you need to consider to begin to map your target audience, that is the net worth of people you need to meet in life. There are three things you must consider. One is your vision. Your vision is tied to who you are now and who you want to be. So, this is who you are right now. It's okay to embrace who you are. But the question is, who do I want to be in the long run? And why do I want to be with this person? So, you ask yourself, who in my circle looks like the person I want to be in the next 10 years? Who in my circle right now looks like the person I want to be in the next 10 years? Now, you have to understand the place of vision in connecting with people. One of the finest exercises I do when I train corporate individuals is to tell them to bring out a sheet of paper and then write out the 10 closest people in their life right now. People that they relate with on a day-to-day basis consistently at different levels. People that they consistently watch their videos, read their book, listen to, talk to, one way or the other, interact with their minds. And then when you draw out this list, the question is, begin to think, out of these 10 people, which of them looks like the future you are going into? Which of them looks like who you want to really become? Which of them looks like it? And then you find out that many times, out of the 10 people you relate with consistently from year to year, almost none. Sometimes it is just one person that looks like where you are going to. So it means that you need to skyrocket your relationship and upgrade to having at least 3 to 5 of them that you are consistently in touch with and you drink from, you eat from consistently every day of your life. You have to get to the point where you dedicate 20 minutes of your time to hearing someone that you know looks like who you want to listen to, because that is how you build for success. You drink the person so much from that person so much until you connect with them in person and have a touch with them. And that's when you begin to elevate, which is why Redefining 2024 is that gathering of high net worth individuals when you can meet with the kind of people that you're looking to connect with. You don't want to sit back and say, I'm starting out the year again. You write all your visions and your goal, and you're not connecting with these people. The next question is, what are you doing now, and what do you intend to be doing? Okay, this is what I'm doing, but it's not at the level of what I want to be doing. This is the level of what I want to be doing. So you have to understand that it is in trying to connect with these people that you begin to know how to do what you want to do at the level that you want to do it, because they are already doing it. Sometimes it is in getting close to these people that you see the wisdom in what you're supposed to do differently. So sometimes you don't even know what you want to do and how you want to go about it. So you expose yourself. Exposure is very powerful. It can change your mind. I remember when I was at the verge of committing suicide and I traveled to Abuja. I was at Transcorp Hilton Hotel for 2 days and I was there. I used the money that I was supposed to use for my clearance in school to attend a 2 days conference with Guardian, a 3 days conference with Godney, and I was there. And when I was moving around in Abuja, I began to scream, I began to cry, and I called my mom and I said, the things I have seen, I will do them. The things my eyes have beheld, I will do them. I will achieve them. I went mad. Why was it so? Exposure broke the limits of my mind, and I told myself that I'm not going to stay on this place. In fact, I'm not committing suicide anymore. If anyone achieved this, I can achieve it. And that was it. It broke the limit for me, shattered the ceilings of my mental barrier. So you need to understand these things. So what are you doing and what do you intend to do? Look for people that are doing what you intend to do. Get close to them. Very importantly, build networks. I have a friend who consistently on a monthly basis, him and his wife, they target someone that they will intentionally go and visit, and they will save and save and save. Sometimes they will cook a cooler of food and go and visit this person in the house and say, we just came to greet you. They will consistently reach out to the person, reach out until they get access. enter into the circle, they start looking for another one. They do it consistently, build networks, save money to connect with people. Don't say the conference is too expensive. I don't have money. 5,000 naira to connect to attend a conference, 10,000 naira to attend a conference. In 2017, I paid 370,000 naira for a 5 days training in neuro linguistic programming. At the time, I was still so young. I was in my 20s, very much in my 20s, maybe 24, 25. And I paid 370 something thousand for a 5 days training, a massive 5 days training. But that's how you change your life. That's how you change your life. That's why I can comfortably sell a product of 100 million naira. Do you know why? Because of the network of people. Sometimes I go through my contact list and the quality of people are there that are amazing. Why? I've been in class with them. I attended classes where these people paid to be in class. And it's powerful to know the kind of people you connect in such environment. They can skyrocket your business in an instant. All right? So, what's the next thing you need to do? The next thing is, what is my financial freedom desire? After vision, remember, there are 3 things that should determine the people you connect with. One is your vision. Number 2, your financial freedom desire. How do you know your financial freedom desire? This is how you know, by asking yourself this question. What is the question? If money was not the problem in my life right now, what is that one thing that I would do with the rest of my life? If money was not a problem, sit down right now, take your time, breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out, and say, imagine yourself at the point of retirement and rest, and money was not a problem. What is that one thing that you will do with the rest of your life? That is the key to finding your financial freedom desire. Because the moment you are able to tap into your financial freedom desire, you will now see what it means, like what your heart truly desires, to be free. Now, when you know your financial freedom desire, the next thing to do, I want to quickly round off. My next speaker is ready and available now. I'm so excited to see you here. I'll bring you on board shortly. Thank you so much. I know all the stress you went through to be here. I appreciate you. All right, so I'll be bringing him up shortly. And then you have to understand that the moment you know your financial freedom desire, the next thing you need to do is ask yourself a question. It says, who goes about building without counting the cost? So this is where you need to know your financial freedom number. Your financial freedom number is what sponsors your financial freedom desire. So what is your financial freedom number? You need to know, if I get to that point where I'm doing these things, what kind of life will I be living? What would I be doing at that point? That money will not be the problem. So it means that, one, if I want to be traveling the world consistently and just have this freedom to travel the world, now how much will it cost me to get a flight ticket, my visa and all of that, to travel the world consistently all through the year? Now you check, for 1 year, it will cost me this amount of millions. Now multiply that by 30 years and say, okay, for 30 years, I want to have this financial freedom. Let's say at the age of 60, and then at 90, I can go and rest. And then for the next 30 years, how much do I need to be able to live this life consistently for 30 years and still not have to raise my finger to work? Then you know that you've been able to make the kind of money that will fund your financial freedom desire. That money is called your financial freedom number. Now, who are the people in the capacity of the high net worth individuals? Is it high net worth individuals? Is it very high net worth individuals, or ultra high net worth individuals that are commanding that kind of result that you are hoping to get? That will now tell you the kind of people that you need to start connecting with in your journey right now. Very importantly. Right? And then the next thing is speed. The next thing is speed. Now, how much time do you have and how much time do you need to get to this level? I will not take my time on speed because I want to wrap up the session. It's already 9:30 and I want my next speaker to be able to speak for another 30 minutes. So the question is, how old are you now? And how old do you need to be at the point of retirement when you can start enjoying your financial freedom desire? If you're already 30 and you want to resign at 60, it means you have 30 years more to be able to get to that point where you can retire for the rest of your life and live your financial freedom desire. So if you have 30 years more, what have you done in the last 30 years and what do you need to do in the next 30 years? If you're in your 20s, you have probably another 40 years, right? Now ask yourself, what do I need to do in the next 40 years? How much time do I have left to be able to get this done? That is where the place of speed and time comes in. Because until you are able to do these things, you will not be able to enjoy that financial freedom desire that you are looking for. All right. So at this point, I want to wrap up my session because it's important. It's important for you to be able to do these things. Okay. And before I bring up my next speaker, I want you guys to start paying attention to the things we're bringing to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Redefining 2024 is not just an event. It's a gathering of some of the high net worth individuals and ultra high and very high net worth individuals that are coming. We're looking to bring an ultra high net worth individuals who've been in touch with him, and we're looking to bring him to the conference. But for now, I'm not going to say it because I want to keep it until we've been able to conclude that move. But you check it out. See the people on our list. Jamie Pajol, founder Jamie Pajol International, all the way from Canada. He'll be teaching on leading from within, navigating change with confidence and cultivating presence. Then we have Adepeju Jayoba, Obama Washington Fellow and founder Mother's Delivery Kit. She'll be teaching on cultural intelligence and global leadership, navigating diverse markets. Then we have Chief Michael Orobusa Ubogu, who does billions currently because he's in the maritime space. He's the founder and CEO and the managing director, of Mikura Shipping Services, who also won the NIMASA award for the best stevedoring company in the whole of Nigeria for the year 2020 at the prestigious Eco Hotel and Suites. And of course, we have Bishop Matthew Modiagwe, who will be teaching on resilience through spirituality. This is my spiritual father, mentor, and teacher, and he'll be there live and direct to also teach. Then we have Esther Ijere, all the way from Canada, the founder and of Women of Ruby's PR and digital media expert. He'll be teaching on strategic PR in the digital age, standing out and staying relevant. We also have my billionaire mentor, Tadikash, who has over 1,000 rental income. Man, you don't want to calculate what that means annually, you know, and he's the cash flow king and CEO, Wealth Island Properties Africa. He's teaching from millennials to retirees, securing your future through wealth accumulation. This is going to be packed and massive. You don't want to miss it. And of course, we have our panelists at the live conference, the likes of Matthew Adedoyin, family life coach and founder the Researched Mind Company. We also have Barinaada Bema Alex-Iheanacho, the startup legal and lawyer, startup lawyer and founder Barinaada Legal. We also have Mark Henry Patix, digital entrepreneur, growth consultant. We also have Fola Folagbade, the celebrity publisher. We have Chinaza Favor, communication expert and thought leader. And we have Alex-Iheanacho, real estate investor and founder Money Sense Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a powerful lineup you don't want to miss. So get ready to be a part of this event live on the 6th of January, 2024. All right. We'll talk about the tickets later after I brought up my next speaker to join me right here. But before I bring him, permit me to go on a short break very shortly, and then I'll be bringing him up on stage. Looking forward to having him right here.
Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, igniting growth for accelerated wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, igniting growth for accelerated wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome.
All right, guys, welcome back. Yeah, I'm super excited, of course. And then we're talking about redefining 2024 with Young. Guess what? We're still at the pre-conference masterclass where we have our, our pre-conference masterclass, speakers. And guess what? We just finished the session with Ella Obans and myself, and now we're going to the session with Evan Promise. So today, guys, I'm excited to bring on stage Evan Promise, who will be taking us on the next session. And he'll be talking on design thinking and brand innovation, staying relevant in a changing market. You want to experience this session with Evan Promise. Before I bring him on stage, please permit me to read his profile. Evan Promise is a seasoned professional known for our, driving business scale and achieving product market fit. Specializing in product marketing, brand communication, and brand management, Evan boasts a proven track record of transforming businesses into multi-million dollar successes. Over the past 7 years, Evan has successfully collaborated with over 100 businesses across Africa and Europe, executing impactful campaigns, elevating marketing metrics, enhancing brand image, fostering brand loyalty, and strategically positioning for exponential. With a diverse skill set, copywriting, content marketing, digital marketing, business development, and marketing strategy, brand management, public relations, product marketing, and project management. Evan offers a comprehensive approach to achieving business goals. Clients frequently engage Evan for short-term projects but end up retaining his services indefinitely due to exceptional qualities, including master analytical thinking, outstanding communication skills, excellent relationship building, unwavering commitment to delivering results, and a self-driven approach that requires minimal, supervision. Outside of work, Ivan is a charismatic polymath who excels at board games and demonstrates proficiency in mathematics. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking forward to having the session with Evan Promise, and I'm super excited. I see that big smile on your face, and I'm good to bring you on. I'm happy to bring you on board today. Good evening, brother. How are you doing today?
Hi, Young. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's been a lot. I won't even lie. I was just telling Young. I think he knows what happened this evening and how being here is such a big deal. I won't even lie. It's not a small feat. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers, Young, and every other person that's been working in the back end to make this happen. I'm sorry that I am late. I mean, I think I should have begun a little bit earlier, But believe me, if I tell you the story behind my being here now, I'm actually grateful to God that I'm here at all. Right. So thank you so much, Young, and thank you everyone that is listening. I hope that we enjoyed this session. So I will try to be as brief as possible. I told Young that I've not actually accepted a speaking session for the past four years or so. I just cancelled it off my my plan and the schedule. I preferred to be the one organizing and not actually be behind the camera, in front of the camera. Well, here I am today, and this is my very first time speaking in about 4 years. So this is actually a big deal. And if you are here, you are very, very lucky to have me live talking about this. Okay. Yeah, so I'm meant to be talking or speaking on the topic.
They don't know. Let me show them what to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. This means a lot to us. Thank you for coming on board.
Yeah, thank you for having me as well. Yeah. Right, so I'll try and get this as fast as possible. I'm going to try wrap up in about 15 minutes and then we'll take questions. So I'm speaking on the topic design thinking and brand innovation, still relevant in the changing market. So I'm going to briefly just run through design thinking, what it means and what it entails as a topic or a concept. If I dive into another topic entirely that I want to talk about, they are related, they're almost the same thing, but it's more broader and diverse. Right. So now design thinking is it's a non-linear process that usually teams use to understand users, change assumptions, redefine problems, and create solutions to product and test. In a sense, it's used mostly by UX designers because I'm in the marketing field, pro marketing field, and these is things that we talk about. So both brand guys, both product guys, we utilize design thinking as one of the methods to help us make sure that what we are working on is actually what we need to work on and it's actually going to give us what we're looking to create or to get. Because most times, what you find out in our field, the product field, is that what you have in your head is not exactly what is relevant out there in the market. And in fact, that's one of the reasons why we encourage people to try product management as a course first before you dive into business. Because sometimes what you think that your people need is entirely different from what the market is saying. And if you don't use design thinking to understand what is actually relevant or what's actually important, you're going to miss it entirely. I think with business is that once you miss it, you've missed it. You're never really going to be able to come back up and actually product market fit. So you're going to forgive me because I'm going to be weaving in. I'm going to be weaving in particles of product marketing, product management, branding, of course, design, and most importantly, mathematics. And if you heard when you read my profile, he mentioned mathematics. You can't talk about mathematics. It's a core part of me. So I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to be weaving it in occasionally. I'm really hoping that you stay true. I try to make it as simple as possible for everyone that is listening. So now, design thinking, like I said, I've already talked about is an iterative process that teams use. When we say iterative, it means that it adds up, it builds up. It doesn't have a straight path. It just adds up as you go. You don't have it all figured out before you begin. You keep on adding on top of each other until you get to where you are going to. Like I said, it's also non-linear. It's not a straight line path. You don't even know the end before you start. You have to follow the cues you are getting to get there. And it's important because, like he said, how to stay relevant in a changing market. If you have where you're going to in mind, in a sense, or if you have a fixed place that is not flexible in mind, you're going to eventually miss it because once the market changes, you're already out of it. So design thinking keeps you on a path that is iterative. It adds up, it builds up based on clues and the cues it gets from the market. And it's non-linear. You can't even guarantee which way it's going to flow. But once you're on the right path, on that same path, it's like walking through a maze or puzzle. We are surely you're surely going to get to where we are going to where we want to be at, where we're supposed to be at. And it involves 5 phases, really. You have the empathy part. We call it empathize in UX. You have the definition part, the ideation part, the prototyping part, and the testing part. Empathy part, you have to understand exactly what you're trying to build, who your users are, what are their problems, what are their needs, what are you trying to solve exactly, because they are the key stakeholders in your market. They're the key stakeholders that will help you actually achieve your business or brand goals. So if you miss the mark by not getting what they actually need or trying to solve, you're going to fail entirely. So first step in brand in design thinking. Remember, I said that this is actually not going to be what I'm going to talk about today. And I just want to just cover it, to explain it and kind of find that connection between design thinking and what I actually want to talk about this evening. Okay, so first part in design thinking, like I said earlier on, design thinking is all about a non-linear iterative process that teams use to stay on track and ensure that what they're working on at the end of the day gives them what they actually want as a result. Okay, so empathize, you have to understand what does your ideal customer profile actually want, who you're talking to, your audience, what do they actually want, what do they actually need. If you don't understand that part very correctly, you're going to miss the mark. Now, I won't dive into this, but like I said, it's not really what I want to talk about today. I'm just going to keep on going, and eventually I'm just going to bridge through something. I give an example before I move to the next thing I want to talk about. Okay. Now, the next part is the definition part. Now, once you've identified what your users need, what are their problems, let's need to define what you need exactly to attack this problem. Define what this actually means. I'll give you an example. If you want to create, let's say, a bus service, right, in say a place like Lagos that is popular. Now, you want to create a bus service, but then you don't even know what your customer needs. So you do feasibility studies, you get people out in the market asking them questions and everything. And now they give you some things, and we realize that what we are giving is different from what you thought initially. They could have said, okay, yeah, I mean, we don't want both. We already have both. We don't have a ride-hailing app like both. We want something like maybe still a bus that picks me from my house along with other people, so I can reduce the cost. So basically, it's harmonizing normal jumping bus and then now ride-hailing. It's not the same thing, right? So you start to see that this is what people actually want, because I mean, both is there, Uber is there, InDrive is there, Rider is there. They're all but they're expensive. People are probably looking for cheaper options, and they don't need to have. They don't really want having a car to themselves. They don't mind sharing. What they want is if you can get cheaper, right? Maybe say there is a fine bus that passes my route 6 a.m. every morning and picks whoever person that is along my path. So I don't have to pay, say, 4,000 naira for this. If I can pay 500 naira and join the others. But I always used to come out before 6 a.m. and go to that particular bus stop. Bus will pass, I'll join in and go. So you see how this is what they need. So now ask yourself, now, this is what my customers are saying. How do I now give them this? That's the definition part. They want this. So what do I call it and how do I get it done? See how it blends into the next part, the ideation part. That's something of, okay, let's see. It means that I have to find the maybe I have to either buy buses or find the bus service, people that have actually long buses that are going to stick to time. How do I handle issue of traffic? How do I ensure that the bus always passes at this junction at that point in time? And this is now trying to ID and define what this actually means. Now, when you are done building what you are building, because you are not going to build your stuff based off of these answers you've gotten from this part. Now moving into the prototyping part, you now actually create a prototype. Now in business or product, we have what we call an MVP, minimum viable product. Now, like I said, design thinking is an iterative process. There's no specific end or let me say end to the mix. You just have to keep on going, following cues you get there. And so an MVP is what we call is a minimum viable product, right? It's not the full thing. It's just something that provides the basic needs that keeps you going, satisfying your immediate needs of your users. And of course, you're going to keep on iterating, keep on adding to the features, keep on retouching along the way, keep on in agile methodology, we call it iterative. Yeah, you keep on iterating. If you're agile, keep on iterating, keep on adding until you get to the perfect place you want to get to. Okay, so that prototype is the basic minimum product that actually just basically satisfy those features. You put it out there, you get it ready. You now use it to test the reactions to what people are saying. Are they accepting it? What are they saying? What are they saying about it? How do they find it useful? What can I touch? What can I remove? What can I add? What can I get better and all that? And this helps to refine what you have. Keep on putting it out there, right? Eventually, you now factor in everything you've learned through the testing process, and now have your final, whatever it is that you put as a product. So this is what design thinking means. And so usually you see teams that, like I said, is a product concept. So teams that are, I mean like all these apps, softwares, that is a product. So teams that are into that need to have UX designs, UI designs. This is how we used to think to ensure that what we actually have there as our interface is actually what people are comfortable with, what they want. So this is how we go about it, right? That is all on design thinking. So what I really want to talk about today is what I told Young about. I called it winning through first principles. And this is important because it's a concept that I am a student of. I'm always proud about it. When you meet Evan, I ask me, Evan, what is it about Evan? What makes Evan Evan? I tell you that it's all about it's all about four things, right? Well, five things in a sense, but four to start with. Number one, I am a student of first principles. Everything I do in my life, I am a student of first principles, right? And number two, I'll tell you there's credibility, there's accountability, there's responsibility. Three principles that you can't really define Evan without. And finally, the last one, right? I always like to do what is fair and right by all. So these are the five things that define who Evan is. But today, I'm going to talk about winning through first principles. The most important concept or the most important principle in life that if you have, you can never, ever fail. Put me anywhere. If you're a student of first principles, you can never, ever fail at anything. So it incorporates design thinking. In fact, design thinking took its origin from first principles. And that's exactly why it's called first principles. It's actually very, very basic of all things. So the topic for today, I'm going to talk about in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes, as God helps me, is winning through first principles. Now, what is first principles? I may not have a basic definition for it. What I can tell you is the idea behind it is that everything in life has a very, very basic concept that is stemmed from. Take, for instance, life as it is, you as a person, the very basic form of you is this cell. You have cells stacking upon each other, joining each other, forming different organs in the body that all got built up to form who you are as a person, right? And that's you're a human being. You began from a cell. Mathematics, then we got the concept of ones and zeros. Okay, let me work with computer AI. You have the concept of ones and zeros. That's a very, very basic. It's a combination of ones and zeros that is set up in different formats to give you idea of computer. And so first principles is looking at the very, very basic element of every single thing and how you manipulate it to achieve any result you want to get where you need to be. Think of when you say working with principles, think of when you want to build something, right? And you're giving a what they call it, these chips, logo, I think Lego chips, right? To build something like a brick or so. Now, first principle says that you strip everything to the very basic atom, very basic element, that one single chip. And I start stacking it against each other, adding it in different ways to get you to where you want to be. Now, difference working with first principles and working with others is that, for instance, in other ones, you are giving a block of Lego chips that's made into, let's say, a cow, and they want you to make a car out of it. Now, other people will start to how do I manipulate this? Now start looking at, do I bend it down? Do I bend this leg? Do I straighten it out? It's a whole lot of processes that you may not even get to where you need to be at. But the easiest thing to do is to just remove everything, strip it down to the very, very basic one block. Now start adding up together. Bam, 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 until you have your car built out. It's like when you're giving puzzle, right? A puzzle of say 1,000 pieces, and you're supposed to make something out of it. Now, if you as that puzzle day, it's already been table, but it's all scattered. You start shifting, thinking that you're going to get the answer, you're going to fail. But the easiest way to focus on it is remove every piece from the board, bring your reference picture, keep side by side, then start with one piece, picking it until you fit the first line, the second line, the third line, fourth line, until you have the entire thing all finished. It might take you a while, but it's going to take you faster than you have gotten if you are doing just turning it around the board, putting your hands like this to get it to arrange itself. That is exactly what first principles in a sense means. And then first principles took its cue from mathematics. Sorry, I'm taking you guys there, but please stay with me. All right, mathematics. For instance, if you know the almighty formula, minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4a minus 4ac all over, I think 2a. I can't remember exactly what it is. Forgive me, it's been not really, but that is the almighty formula. And it's to solve any. It can solve any complex quadratic equation you have, any one of them. For quadratic equation, I mean equations that start with something like a square plus 4ab plus b squared. The point is, the highest power in the equation is is 2, raised power 2. Forgive me for going off technical. But first principles in mathematics tries to find how to create formulas. Now you know about formulas, different formulas in mathematics, but this formula was created by someone. The person used first principles to create the formula. So all formulas in mathematics were created using first principles. The person that did that had to strip the concept down to its basic elements to be able to get there. Take for instance, want to calculate area of a triangle, or let's even say area of a triangle, right? And you have you're asked to use the very basic term 1 cm by 1 cm, right? And you have 1 cm, have 1 cm. Don't even know that other length. Now, because you are you're actually doing it with actual real life triangle that you say you drew up on the floor. You're using the tiles to measure. One tile is 1 cm, so you count. This is 1. This is 1. I want to measure the area of this triangle. If you end up measuring, find out that the entire thing is going to give you exactly what it gives when you do half 1/3 a times b. That's what the formula came about. First principle strips it down to this basic line and then try to measure the formula by counting the number of squares inside it, and then present to find a relationship between what you give you as the area and the length of the sides, and from there they build the formula. Where am I going with this? First principle strips everything down to its basic elements and then aims to find how to manipulate the data to give you what would help you to always stay iterative. The word iterative, always stay, don't assume form, don't assume shape, don't have a fixed plan in mind. Always be malleable, always be flexible. So it helps you to stay iterative. The main point is that you are growing, you are adding, and you are following cues. Cues say at every point in time you ask question, you send a query, you sure you're on the right track. What is the next step? That is a cue. What is the next step at every point in time? So the point is you are growing, you are moving. You don't have a fixed point in mind, you don't have a fixed plan in mind. You are following cues. At every point you're asking the right question, what is the next step? You are being out and keep on moving. That is how you stay. That's how you stay malleable and getting to where you're going to. So once you start from the very basic element, the first principle, you're going to get to where you're going to. Now, 3 persons that I can give you as an example of people that are students of first principles, they're going to shock you because given that you probably haven't even heard about this term, but all 3 of them live by this code. And it's funny because when I even began to be a student of first, I didn't even know that these 3 persons were students of first principles. It was about 2 years ago that I started researching about it. I realized that these people actually live by it. Okay, but personally, I know them because I read about them. Elon Musk, number 1, that's the foremost first principle student in the world. Elon Musk, if you search about first person that comes to mind, because I said about it often and often. Second person is Steve Jobs, often and often. So he talks about it in his videos and all that. And next person is Jeff Bezos. Now, one thing about these 2 persons is that they are high achievers. They've not really failed at anything in their life because they used first principles to move. Right. So one of my time is almost done. So I'm going to just try and wrap up. Now, what does first principle entail? Now, this entire program is all about how to help you win in 2024. No matter how things are, no matter how things go, no matter how bad things are, how to help you win in 2024. Let me tell you that if you can stay true with first principles and stick to what it means, what it entails, yesterday's read about it, you're going to be able to get to where you're going, no matter how bad the year is. First principle says very, very, very first thing to do is, first of all, right, define the problem. What are you trying to achieve? What are you looking to solve? Remember, I talked about design thinking. You empathize, find the issues, find the problems that are already there, then try to define what it is. So first principle says to define the problem. What is the problem? I want to make 10 million naira. I want to make 10 million naira within the very first quarter of 2024. Okay, that's a problem. More or less, the issue more or less is maybe I don't have a job, or I don't know how to be able to get there. I don't have a business, or my business is not really, but I want to get 10 million naira in first quarter of 2024. So first issue is defining it. Then number two is identify the fundamental principles, right? What are the basic truths or axioms that apply to this situation? So these principles are the very, very basic, very, very basic, very basic. I don't even mean by basic, for instance, right? How to make money. Very, very basic definition of how to make money. Find a need that people, a certain willing market, a marketer is willing to pay for, and then try to solve for that need. And you made money. Find a very basic need, a very need that most people are willing to pay for, right? And aim to solve that need, and you have money. So you can define money in several ways. And even talk about how it's God that gives money. God gives money true, right? But without you having a solution, you can't make money. Can be able to might even have a rich father, rich mother. If you're not really so in need, you can actually make money. It's a very, very basic principle or action towards money making. Find a need, very, very need that people are willing to pay money for, and aim to solve it. Once you do that, you make money. That's a principle. So identify these basic fundamental principles. Anything you are doing, but like I said, the problem is how to make money in the first quarter. But every issue you're solving, if you can identify this, if you can start with this particular steps, you're going to be able to still get where you're going to. Right. So next thing to do is, as you've been able to find these fundamental principles that you need to solve a need people are willing to pay for before you make money. Let's is now question everything. Now this is probably the most important part of first principle thinking, right? Most important part, question everything. Always ask the question why. If you follow my post social media, if you type first principle and look for it in my post, you see me asking. Always ask the question why. Why should I do this? Why must I follow this road? Why is this the way it is? Why should I use both to get to where I'm going to? Why should I pay for this course? Why do I need this course? Now, if you ask, the thing about asking this question is that it looks as if it's a no-brainer. But asking these questions helps to put things in perspective. It helps you to know, okay, yeah, this should go, this should not go. For instance, okay, when we moved from the keypad to screen touch, people were like, Nokia was saying that people don't need screen. What people need is smaller or bigger phones that can help them enjoy pressing. Google said, no, people need screen touch. You know, Google had asked why. Now, if Nokia had asked why should this be done? Why should we get bigger phones with bigger buttons? People would start to realize why it's stupid. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily look as if it's stupid until you ask yourself this question. So asking the question why, I can dive into this. Asking the question why will help you to understand what should I get rid of, what should I aim to change, what can stay, what can go. Asking the question why helps you a lot. I learned how to cook by asking questions. Because cooking is all about playing around things, playing around the methods, playing around the what's available before you're able to know. So why should I add this water now? Why must it be 1 cup? Why can't it be half cup? Why can't it be 2 cups? Why should I add one cube of no? Why not 2? Why not less? Okay. Why should I add the vegetable last? Why not first? Now you see, asking these questions puts this into perspective. Okay. Why should I not get a course? Okay, why should I even get a course in the first place? Right? Why must it be this particular person? Now, you see, asking this question helps you to understand what you need to do, what should go, what should stay, what you can retouch to make things as lean as possible. Moving on, the next part, now you're working with the answers you got from your questions. You now think of new solutions. Now, you've been able to answer some basic questions through this question why. Now, what solutions can help me combine what is necessary and really important and ditch the old ones and still help me to get where I'm going to being as lean as possible, given that you don't have resources, maybe you don't have the right skills. How do you combine things? That's up to you. I'm not going to dive into that. And finally, evaluate and refine your solutions. Like I said, iterativeness, being iterative. Don't have a form, don't assume a form. Keep on changing. So as you evaluate, you learn new things, you refine whatever you have, keep on going. Then get to the part where you now start to implement. And so as you're implementing, you're picking cues from people, picking feedback and keep on going to get there. So I think I'm going to stop here, but like I said, always remember summary. First principle tries to strip things down to a very basic level, right? And then most importantly, it starts with you identifying what's the problem. What is the basic action rule of life that can help me achieve this? What is the very, very basic rule that can help me achieve this? Now, question everything, always ask the question, why? Why should I do this? Why is this so? How did this happen? How was this created? Always ask the question, why? Eventually, design solutions, test, refine, always iterate. Don't assume a form. Always stay malleable. Always keep on working with cues based on feedback, based on questions. Then implement, refine, and keep on going. Which is same thing as anything can be saying. Same thing he says you empathize, empathy, define, definition, ideate, ideation, prototyping, test. Don't have a basic form. Release that very, very minimal viable product. Keep on testing and keep on refining to get where you are going to. So I wish you success next year. I'm hoping that if you make use of these elements of this particular principle, read about it, buy books. I don't think I have many books about this, but buy books, read about it, think about it, start to learn. Based also connect with me on social media, ask me questions. I'm going to help you to also break this in now. Help you to learn how to be a student of first principles, help people win on your life. And so at this point, I can take questions and whatever you have to just shoot. Let me answer before we end the session. So, any questions for me? Leave in the comments. Leave it to me, so I can also tackle it. I can hear you.
Thank you so much. I didn't realize that my mic is muted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was amazing. This was packed. This was very rich. And yes, we're getting there. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Right. So I was reading this. I said, what is the basic role that can make me achieve this? Always ask why, don't assume, implement, and refine. Awesome. So we got some amazing feedback from the session. Thank you so much, Evan Promise. We're grateful to have you here, and we look forward to having you again and again. And yes, also we will look forward to having you at the live conference. The Redefining 2024 team will be coming to you shortly, so watch out for it. We'll be coming to you
Thank you
shortly,
for having me.
and you're going to be, we're going to be having a great time together. Absolutely. Thank you for being here today. All right, so let me quickly talk about the conference, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, we're getting ready for the Redefining 2024 conference. Our speakers are all lined up, and it's going to be an amazing time at the live conference. So we're looking forward to that point where we have you live at the conference so that you can now be a part of all that we're doing, and the tickets are available for you to be a part of it. So how do you get the ticket? The tickets are quite easy. Go to the website, and for those of you that are joining us, we're making tickets available for you to get it easily today at highly discounted rates. That is early bird rates, even though we've changed the price. But for those of you that are joining us today, please don't forget to get the ticket at 2,000 naira for the live stream access to all the pre-conference masterclass. So all the pre-conference masterclass has been recorded, and you can get access to them. They'll be taken down as soon as the conference goes live on the 6th of January, and only available to those people who are paying the sum of 2,000 naira right away. Okay, so this is available for you. Please take it as soon as you can. Also, we have the main conference, access to the main conference, which is for 10,000 naira, but we're making that available for you to get it at the cost of 5,000 naira, so that you can meet with all the high net worth individuals who will be coming to the conference live on the 6th of January at the Redefining 2024 conference, Mende, Maryland, Ikeja, Lagos. Please make your way down there and don't miss it. Okay. The Redefining 2024 team can help me share the links to these tickets so that it's easy for you to grasp them as soon as you can. Okay, so that you can just quickly make payments if you want to within the next 24 hours, so that you're able to have access to the conference. All right. Also, we have the elite ticket for 30,000 naira, but we're giving you access to it at 20,000 naira right away for those of you who are joining this call within the next 24 hours. So let's make this work. And we want to see you at the conference. There are a lot of benefits for you to go home with, and you don't want to miss it. We also have group tickets for you to maximize, and that covers for 10 people at the rate of 20,000. That's a huge discount. So with 20,000 naira, you can get 5 people to attend the conference, and they will get conference materials, live networking opportunities, interactive Q&A session with the on-stage speakers, and of course, access to 5 people attending. We also have gold ticket for group of 10 people at a highly discounted rate of 40,000 naira, which is now selling at 60,000 naira. But for those of you on this session right now, you can get it right away and maximize this. So we look forward to having you at the Redefining Conference 2024 with all our speakers who are already lined up to have an amazing session with you. You don't want to miss this for any reason. And we look forward to having an amazing time with you live at the Redefining Conference on the 6th of January, first Saturday in January 2024. And you don't want to miss this. So we look forward to having you there. Till then, see you again very soon. Mind you, the opportunity to get in the tickets at the slash prices will be off after this live session. So we're giving you 24 hours to go right on the website and pick it up as soon as you can. And then we'll see you at the Redefining 2024 conference. Have a wonderful evening.
Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024. Time, 10 a.m. Theme, Profit Fusion, Igniting Growth for Accelerated Wealth. Don't miss out on the chance to get deep insights from global speakers and industry leaders. Connect with high net worth individuals who share your drive for financial success and redefine your path to success for your business and career. Join us for a day that will shape your future. See you at Redefining 2024 with Young. Get ready for an event like no other. Introducing the Redefining 2024 with Young. Happening live at the KSCC Prayer Dome, Ikeja, Lagos on Saturday, the 6th of January 2024.